What is going on, guys? It's Rob, aka FlightSimToday, and today I'm just bringing you some important information, a warning as it is. As you see on the screen now, Notam, a really good guy, goes into great detail, produces great content. Love him. The link for this video is going to be in the description. But today he's released this really super important video on the Kng Air 350i Extreme from Perfect Flight or fs2000.org, where he has discovered essentially it is just the default aircraft that's available. Now, I'm not going to show the whole video because that's his content, but I do want to raise the awareness for you guys to see. So let's just start playing this.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at an add-on that seemed to come out of nowhere. I had not seen any prior development articles about this aircraft or any information in regards to what exactly it includes. What I did find here eventually led me to purchasing this aircraft 3 times from 3 different vendors, for which reasons I will get into in this video.
So already, like I say, he goes into great detail. This is not something that's just for this video. He really goes to town. He's purchased this from 3 places. And really, he's purchased it from 3 places to make sure that actually he wasn't getting a buggy version in one place and that what he was seeing was legit.
From the start, I got a sense from the vague marketing materials and general presentation of the sales page that this was a crappy FSX port that they were trying to pawn. It's important to note that this was my first real impression of this package. It's for this reason that I didn't initially buy the aircraft for review, but after some consideration I thought that is exactly why I should buy it, to review it for you guys so that you don't have to.
There you go. So he's basically bought it 3 times over so that you guys, on his guys and the community can see it for real. So as we go through this, there's a few things that he started to notice on here. One of them, as we play this, is that he started to think, well, the models look the same, the default and the add-on product. He could not tell a difference between them both. And the only thing he was going to get was liveries, which on the whole looked pretty shoddy, and only a few that he truly liked. It wasn't until he got into the cockpit he thought, well, maybe it's all the avionics and things inside that are different. Maybe it adds extra immersion. So he showed inside the cockpit. So when he got in there, at first glance, it looked normal, right? And it looks nice. It does look really nice. But he spent some time already with the Kng Air, the default one. And now he's looking at this and he suddenly realizes this is the default cockpit on the add-on sim. Everything inside is exactly the same as the default, which then alarm bells started ringing again. What's going on here? And I know from Notam, he doesn't let it go. He will start digging because at the end of the day, this here is copywritten material that they should not be distributing around. So with that said, he went back to Sim Market to look for the sales page and the sales bump just to make sure that he hadn't actually just purchased a bunch of liveries. Now, the one thing I will say here is that yes, it comes with liveries, and they also give you a Cuba Escape Discovery flight. So, they just kind of give you a bush tour thing. Now, is that to hide the fact then that you're getting a default aircraft? So there's this point then, if it's listed as an aircraft, or if it was just liveries, they would be with the default Kng Air, except this, as you can see, is listed as a brand new aircraft. So you are getting a brand new aircraft. So why then was it looking like default?
Existing Kng Air folder, which is accessible to third parties. Long story short here, the complete default assets from Asobo were installed in the FS2000 community folder without change. The odd file has minor changes to it, but 99% of them are untouched. To be clear, this isn't the Asobo default aircraft folder. This is a folder created by the install package. To be even clearer, I tested this install on a laptop without MSFS installed to ensure that it isn't somehow copying the default installation over from the default aircraft and instead actually distributing these files via their install package that was for sale.
So if we see right on here, clear as day, it has its own installer that then is installing the aircraft into your sim, except when he digs deeper in his laptop, completely separate, so it can't actually manipulate any other Microsoft Flight Simulator files. You see right at the top that it's copywritten to a Sobo. This is coding for the default Kng Air 350 that you are buying that's meant to be a completely different product. You know, it's a default aircraft. No two ways here. So he later goes on and points out that he did email everybody, you know, including the developer and where he purchased this from, highlighting the fact that it is the default as of yet. And again, it's the 23rd of October 2020. 6 days have gone by. He has not heard anything back from the developer, which, you know, have they been caught with their hand in the cookie jar? Maybe so. But he does go to point out some interesting facts, and I can see where it's coming from. Sim Market, for example, are obviously selling a product which is copywritten, and the developer should, or I say developer in quotations, should not be selling at all. They do not have rights to it. So he says, well, why? How come they should be? You know, why don't they check all that things? But you know, Sim the platform, then you know they don't have time to check all the information that's going on. So I completely understand why it would be on that platform and no one checked that, but it does need to be removed. It needs to be highlighted. I'm not like, you know, taking away from the fact this is not my content, but the reason for making this video is so you guys can see this. Liveries are free. There's many liveries out there made by our awesome community that you can get for the Kng Air, and you've already got the Kng Air. Do not buy this. It's the same aircraft. So please go and watch the full video. Subscribe to Notam. He makes awesome content. Great guy. As always, though, guys, stay safe. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.